The Indianapolis Motor Speedway is the most historic track in all of auto racing. For over 100 years, racing's greatest have fought to put their names on an immortalizing list of those who have won at Indy. And in 1994, NASCAR wanted a piece of the Brickyard pie. Immediately, the race looked to be a smash hit all around. Fans showed up in droves, 350,000 according to reports. Teams and drivers all wanted in as well. 86 teams showed up to qualify. That's basically two complete 43-car fields. And of those 86 teams, 84 of them had full sponsorship for the race. The race itself also was one for the storybooks, as the Wonder Boy, Jeff Gordon, the crowd favorite in Indianapolis, would win the inaugural race. In 1995, the good times kept rolling, with Dale Earnhardt becoming the first man to win the race at Indy for NASCAR. And in 1996, Dale Jarrett started the tradition of kissing the bricks. So in these first 3 years alone, it looked like NASCAR was starting a long and fruitful partnership with Indianapolis. In all the years where data was taken through 2007, 250,000 people or more would show up for the races. Now, before we talk about the 2008 running of the race, I need to address the fact that with the economy tanking and NASCAR falling at that time, Indy was bound to fall a bit, but maybe not as much as it did after 2008. I think this fall was increased exponentially by this one race. In 2008, NASCAR and Goodyear had struggled throughout the year with compounds for their tires. Remember this gem from Atlanta that year?
That's the most pathetic racing tire I've ever been on in my professional career. They exited down to Formula One, they exited down to the IRL, they exited down to kart, they exited down to World Outlaws, and there's a reason for that, because Goodyear can't build a tire that's worth the crap.
Through the weekend, it became glaringly clear that the tires would become an issue. But as the cars continued through the weekend further and further and closed in on the race day, it was horribly clear that the tires wouldn't even last half a fuel run. NASCAR planned a competition caution only 10 laps into the race. The race itself was an absolute disaster. It was a dumpster fire.
Dumpster fire!
Trouble for the 88 car. Car bobbing and weaving. He has lost the lead, and he has a tire going down. He is now 17 laps in, or making 18 laps into a run. He pitted, remember, back on lap number 7.
Yeah, the good news is he thinks it's a left side tire that's going down right here. He's trying to get down in here and get to pit road.
Rear guys, they're coming. Just stay high. Give them a little room.
And here's another tire blown out on the 42 car, Montoya.
Here's what happened to Juan Pablo Montoya, left side of your screen.
Well, tire just comes apart and then takes a lot of the work underneath that car. With
Jimmy Johnson could actually visually see the tire coming apart on Jeff Gordon's car. Well, this is the right rear from the 24 car, and you can see how visible it is. Down to the copper, down to the nylon, very worn out.
I can make it around.
Oh, Matt Kenseth's it around. He knew he had slowed down and blew a right rear tire. You can see it blew the quarter off.
Caution's out.
Kenseth damage on the right side of his Ford.
We'd seen
Slide off the car, Chip. The whole right side's gone.
We'd seen him slow down and lose about 5 or 6 spots just a lap ago. Jamie?
Well, you guys were talking about what a great car he had, and Matt Kenseth radioed 2 laps ago and said, guys, I need to pit. I'm going to hang on right now, but you guys, I have to come in. My tires are gone, and you just saw what happened.
Through the second half of the race, after the disaster start, NASCAR ended up throwing competition cautions every 10 to 12 laps. Jimmy Johnson ended up winning the event, but in the grand scheme of things, no one really cared or remembered. The tire problems became arguably the biggest story of the 2008 season. As for those watching, well, they spoke with their pocketbooks in the years to come. Attendance for the Brickyard dropped over 100,000 in just 2 years. And the last year that NASCAR took attendance was 2013. They counted only 70,000 in attendance for that race at the Brickyard that year, which was down 170,000 in just 5 years. Since then, Indy has fallen further in attendance and moved dates to try and save the dead event. In 2018 and 19, it was in September to be the last race of the regular season. And in 2020, it's going to replace Daytona on the 4th of July, only further alienating it from NASCAR's core fandom. With its stagnant racing and bad history in the last 10 years, it has become the black sheep of the NASCAR schedule for fans. The media and drivers prop it up as a race that's more important than Bristol and Darlington, yet everyone else looks at it as a chance for a Sunday afternoon nap. It reminds me of a zombie from The Walking Dead. It's shuffling around, just there. A husk of what it once was, a great thing. Just waiting for NASCAR to finally and mercifully bash it in the head and kill it forever. And it all traces back to that sunny summer afternoon in 2008 where just about every tire wanted to explode. The day that the Brickyard 400 died. So let me know what you think down below. Leave a like and sub for more. And until next time, have a good one.
Stop! He's already dead.